Okay, so we've explored 3 of the 4 dimensions that you talked about. What about the social dimension? A lot of the speakers have mentioned the social component.
Well, and I think that's it's so important because human beings are social. So we need to understand and appreciate that any technology we develop, people are going to use to talk to each other.
Right.
And we need to find ways to enhance that. So we were going to do something a little different now is instead of going through a technology demo, we're going to bring out somebody from Georgia Tech, because Georgia Tech is doing some really interesting work around this notion of social TV. But they call it human convergence. So this idea of people coming together through technology.
Ooh, human convergence.
Well, and that's what's great and what a university can do that sometimes industry can't do.
Just like one world or something?
It's a very, very broad view about humans and technology working together, but we can learn some really, really interesting things about it. And so what they've done for us is they've pulled together a video to kind of give us an overview of that.
Okay, let's watch that.
Let's bring that up.
Yep.
Human convergence.
At Georgia Tech, we explore human convergence. We reject the notion that technology dictates the future while human beings remain passive and unchanged. The reality is far more fascinating as people and technology change together, each pushing the other to new possibilities. At Georgia Tech, we are active participants in the dance between people and technology. Technical convergence is a myth. New technical capabilities emerge in a growing ecology of digital media. People TiVo, Hulu, and YouTube interchangeably while they IM text Twitter, Facebook, and blog. People insist on this diversity because at their core they are bricoleurs. They assemble technologies to fit their needs, whims, and practices. Convergence, human convergence, occurs when these pieces fall into place.
At Georgia Tech, our MAHI system for diabetes management demonstrates human convergence by using blood glucose meters, Bluetooth, smartphones, and multimedia content to enable web-based discussions. The end result? An apparent seamless connection between 2 people over time and space. People are physical creatures. They strive to bring technology meaningfully into the physical world, perceptually, spatially, kinesthetically, and socially. In Art of Defense, handheld video games now inhabit the social space of the physical world. Careful design allows for powerful, structured conversations and performances. Human convergence requires a give and take between people and machines. In Liberia, the Moses Project creates a nationwide sense of convergence. The Moses kiosk travels from village to village. People share their stories from the brutal decade of civil war that almost destroyed this country.
Convergence will always be driven by human innovation, whether by the collective intelligence of Wikipedia, machinima movies, or jam sessions of human and robotic performers. Human convergence describes our world, now and for the future.
You want to step in? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And so now to tell us a little bit more about sort of human convergence and talk about the work, I'd like to bring out Beth Mynatt, the director of the GVU Center from Georgia Tech.
All right.
Please welcome Beth.
Now, Beth. Welcome to IDF. We're delighted you're here. All right. Should we?
Yeah. Why don't we move down a little bit?
Down here. Get a little bit closer to the
All
folks. All right. So we can see from the video that your GVU Center is really attacking these problems of the social nature of television. Can you give us a better feeling for that? A bit more of the picture.
So what we do at Georgia Tech is that we create multidisciplinary teams that combine expertise in computer science and engineering with expertise in media studies, art and design, and the social sciences. Together, these teams enable a human-centered approach to innovative technologies.
Well, okay, but it sounds like you got a lot of academics working on this. How do you keep it real? How do you keep it relevant?
Of course, the way we keep it real is that we partner with companies such as Turner Broadcasting, Motorola, Steelcase, and of course Intel, to understand how people are active participants in social media experiences, such as television. So go back 20 years. People sat in their living rooms watching TV, And then they went to work and talked about it the next day. They wrote Star Trek novels. They attended conventions. They played Jeopardy, the board game. They subscribed to TV Guide. What we want to do in our research is to understand how these social experiences around media, around television, are transformed in the digital age. So what we're doing at GVU with our industrial partners is to design new social experiences around media. They may start in the living room, perhaps with some cool augmented reality technologies, but they'll move to online discussions on the web, and then maybe journey into a fantastic adventure in a virtual world, and then show up in a casual handheld game on your iPhone. Together, across these technologies, people experience convergence.
That's great. Well, one of the things what I wanted to ask you about is you have a project that I think is really quite fascinating, is the Moses Project. So we talk about social TV and the ability of connecting people, via their televisions or via their devices. But with the Moses Project, you actually did something much bigger and I think quite important, where you actually connected a whole country.
Yeah, I'm glad you asked me about the Moses Project, because it's a very daunting effort. So in the country of Liberia, Moses kiosks travel from town to town. And people can come to the kiosk and tell their stories of the war. And they can also watch the stories from their neighbors, including people that fought on the opposing side of that brutal civil war. As the process unfolds, the nation is reconnected. People are pulled back together with a sense of reconciliation. It's a very, very powerful product of social media.
Yeah, it sounds amazing.
Incredible, yeah.
All right.
Well, Beth, thank you so much for coming out. We really appreciate it.
Enjoyed it.
We look forward to your work in the future.
All right, Beth.
Thank you, Justin.
Delighted you came. Appreciate it. Beth Mynatt.